The story of wine in America has been told from many perspectives. Some versions have focused upon the role that economic and commercial factors have played in shaping the American wine industry. Others have highlighted the way in which geographical variables, such as climate or soil composition, have determined the course of the wine industry. Still others have related the history of America's wines to advances in scientific agriculture and wine production technology. Yet no one has seriously explored the development of wine in the United States in relationship to American religion. This is somewhat surprising, owing to the obvious ways in which religion and wine are intermingled in our common experience. For example, Catholics, Episcopalians, and Lutherans collectively make up almost 1/3 of the American population. How curious it must be to them that their worship is not considered valid without wine. In sharp contrast are the Baptists, Methodists, and various holiness churches, such as the Assemblies of God or the Church of the Nazarene, who have historically assumed that the use of wine for worship will incur the wrath, not the gracious pleasure, of their Lord. Why is it that Jews do not consider either marriages or Sabbath services complete without the ritual presence of wine? And why is it that of all alcoholic beverages, wine is the drink we associate with the christening of ships, romantic dinners and conversations, or the celebration of great accomplishments? What follows is a cultural history of the influence that religion has had upon the production and consumption of wine in the United States. The word culture here refers to the prevailing attitudes, dispositions, and lifestyles that both characterize and provide structure to everyday life in the United States. Culture includes the dominant moral and aesthetic styles, the general worldview, and prevailing attitudes concerning the good life. Religion, particularly Protestantism, has had a pervasive influence upon American culture, and for this reason has also had particular effects upon Americans' understandings of the significance of wine drinking. This historical survey will, for example, chronicle the great extent to which viniculture in the United States was started and sustained by religious groups. It will also reveal important interconnections between religion and wine in American cultural life. For example, wine, like religion, has had its own influence upon American culture, insofar as it, too, shapes people's aesthetic styles and attitudes concerning the good life. In the view of many people who participate in our culture, both wine and religion uplift people's spirits and engender the conviction that they enrich our lives, or at the very least, make them more endurable. The consumption of wine, as with participation in religious rituals, makes it possible for individuals to experience or release certain emotions that are deemed incommensurate with everyday behavior. And, importantly, both tend to elicit from us a certain aesthetic sensibility. That is, they deepen our sense of relatedness to the world and evoke experiences that blur the distinction between ourselves, the subject, and what we are experiencing, the object. These parallels between the ways in which religion and wine function in our cultural life make the story of their historical interaction fascinating. They also help alert us to the reasons why there has always been a special relationship between wine and humanity's spiritual or religious nature.